All right, what is up, everybody? What is going on? I actually have no idea if the sound is working. I'm hoping it is. You guys will let me know if it's not. Everything says it is working. I'm still trying to figure everything out. Um, so there are times when I look back at some of the things people do to survive, and I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like I've seen people like the whole mobile home thing, I think I missed out on. I wish when I was younger and didn't completely fuck up my credit and mobile homes weren't about the same as like a regular house, I had taken advantage of the fact that you can pretty much go and just buy a mobile home or buy a van and live in it. I probably there's just a level of freedom that these people have that I wish I had. Um, so yeah, this is a video about people who are saying F that. And this is back when rent was reasonable. Okay. And by reasonable, I mean the apartment that I live in right now, 10 years ago, was a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Um, Maybe heat was included. The gas was probably included. Okay. Back in the day, this apartment was maybe 750 a month. 750 a month. 750. $750 a month. Okay, it's not really a 3 bedroom. Okay, it is a 2 bedroom. It had a extra probably dining room. That's probably what the people used that room as back in the day, as a dining room. Okay. And it was probably a guy, a husband, wife, and they might maybe 2 kids, and they lived here because the bedrooms are a decent size. Okay. Now this is a 2 bedroom with a bonus room that you can make a bedroom or office. And even that wasn't enough. Okay, because I had to turn the living room into my bedroom just so the teenage boys can have their own room in this same apartment, no extras, is 1,400 a month. Nothing included. No gas, nothing. The landlord would be funny and say the cold water is included. That was late. It was funny still. But yeah, so people now are saying F that, and they're staying people are moving into storage units. People are moving into hotels, like staying in hotels, like efficiencies. Like back in the day, the hotel that would be like, yo, I just got kicked out. I need to stay somewhere because I can't get in the shelter. I'm gonna go stay at the hotel, and then somebody gonna help me get another apartment. Nope, not no more. So we'll get into this. We will see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. We will see what people are saying about this now. Now it's a whole new ball game. All right, so let's just get into this. All right, all right. So this is where we are right now. All right. This is who is this? Who is this?
Yes, I live in this hotel. This is inside of our room, and more on this app, you're seeing people who live in hotels.
But with the prices that I see down here in South Florida, if I had to choose, I would be living in a hotel.
There's been a lot of people on TikTok saying that they are now living in hotels, sometimes to save money, because
Like for real. Like these they're calling them extended stays now. Okay, because the hotel game know what's up. People are going to like Holiday Inn extended stay. They got a room, it's got a fridge, it's got like a little stove in it. But here, let's see what they saying.
the cost of living in our current economy, inflation, and sometimes not being able to be approved to live in a home has people opting in for this as a solution.
Yes, I live in this hotel. Yes, I pay $307 a week, and you're right. That is $1228 a month. And I'm going to take you inside the room to show you everything that comes with. No, I didn't have to pay a deposit. I didn't have to do a background check. I didn't have to do a credit check. I didn't have to prove 3 times the amount of my income. I didn't even have to worry about getting my own utilities turned on, including Wi-Fi and trash service. And because I've been doing this for over 2.5 years, I got enough reward points for this little blanket here that they gave me. Yes, I can cook. There's 2 eyes on the stove. It don't have an oven, but I have a toaster oven. Looking to upgrade that one, and I brought the toaster. Also the microwave, and of course, I had to bring our coffee pot. We've only been back in this one for 2 days, so don't pay attention to the mess. But we come in, I give them all of their stuff, and I replace it with ours. I'll be doing a more updated video to show y'all once we get the rest of our...
So they take the TV and shit out and then put their own stuff in. That's a lot of stuff to move around though. How often do they have to move in and out of the room? But 1,200 a month, nothing included, everything included. And they get Wi-Fi, cable. Yeah.
Our stuff in. And yes, I can receive my mail and packages here too. And no, this isn't for everyone. It works for us. It works for me. Oh, also we have a refrigerator. Some of y'all asked that as well. Life isn't always perfect. Some of us have a little bit harder times in life. We take different roads that wasn't always great. Some that had roundabouts, but at the end of the day, it's not about what you get. It's about appreciating what you got. And I am happy with my life.
For around $1,200.
Yeah. 1,200 a month? I wonder if that bitch got a pool. Does it have a pool?
She has shelter, she has a fridge, she has a little hot pot to cook on, water, heat, AC, and internet. So I need to know, objectively speaking, does this sound too bad? And I know a lot of people are about to be like, hey, I'd rather have my house, blah, blah, blah. However, if we're talking strictly about affordability, I don't think this is that bad. Considering how much the average price of rent is in America, that might have only covered the rent in a lot of places. So I can understand why a lot of people are exploring this as an option. And as she said, this may not be for everybody. This could even be a temporary thing a lot of people decide to do. I even went through a period in my younger years where something very similar to her setup is how I was living. So I definitely understand just having to do what you have to do in order to have some sort of shelter. Perhaps she couldn't afford rent, utilities.
So, and then also I know a lot of people that are like traveling nurses, like they're only going to be in a certain area for a certain amount of time. So why pay for like a whole year lease to stay somewhere and then you got to struggle to do everything else?
Internet, all the other things that come along with renting, including renter's insurance and things of that sort, from somewhere else. On top of that, yes, you do have things like credit checks that eliminate a lot of people from qualifying to move into certain properties. And I need to see what the comments say. Somebody here says $1,200 per month for a roof over your head with utilities included. Well played. And Speaking of that, this comment is interesting because some people feel like this is a play. To me, I just see this as somebody trying to get by. However, with things of this sort going extremely viral on TikTok and a lot of people wanting to do these sort of things just for content, is there a possibility that people living in hotels might experience some price changes if this becomes too popular?
Yeah, because that's like when everybody kept saying, "Oh, Imma just move into my storage unit," and mad people were posting that they were staying in the storage unit, like, going in, cleaning it up, fucking having whole setups in there, bed, living room, running extension cord, the whole 9. You started seeing that shit getting shut down and people, like, getting put out of the storage unit. So sometimes it might be better to gatekeep a little bit. You don't gotta tell everybody everything, because I can imagine the extended stay part going up. Like, if you're staying past, I don't know, a month. But then what about, like, when they get sick of you and they wanna put you out? Can they evict you like you get evicted out of a regular apartment? See, these are the questions I have.
Absolutely, because there is a thing called supply and demand. What once starts off as a hack turns into inflated prices. And for the sake of the people actually doing this, because this is the only way they can have some sort of shelter that they can afford, I hope that won't be the case, but definitely a possibility. And somebody here says a lot of them have free breakfast, and that's another great point. And some extended stay places have laundry facilities on site and snacks happy hour in the late afternoon and etc. Additionally, a lot of them come with kitchens, full kitchens, washing machines, probably downstairs somewhere. And I've had to live in a few hotels that have a kitchen in there with laundry downstairs. What's even crazier is, imagine you doing all this and you get a pool. Ooh, and I'm not really a big pool person, but just thinking amenities, right? Just stay with me. Some hotels have gyms. The more amenities, the better. And there are a lot of people, interestingly enough, saying that this is a steal. A comment here saying, me contemplating on hotel living. Now, I know a lot of y'all wanted to get into van life and y'all was in there uncomfortable and hot in them cars. This comment here says, wouldn't it be something if all renters did this and waited for greedy landlords to bring down those prices? Now, the thing about that is, when the prices go up for the homeowners, unfortunately, it also goes up for the tenants. For example, property taxes go up, home insurance going up, them having shortages in escrows. If it goes up for the property owner and they're not even living in the house anymore, why do you think it would go down for the tenant? It wouldn't. And this is why it's important to understand what is going on in the housing market, what's going on in the world and the economy, because it affects everybody, whether you all want to believe it or not.
But that's why I feel like, I joke with my landlord sometimes, and I be like, "Yo, what we have is a symbiotic relationship. You need me, the tenant, just as much as I need you, the landlord. Okay? So we need to work together." Why? I understand taxes going up and maybe having to adjust rent so that you come off and you make money, but wouldn't you make more money keeping tenants in the house collectively as opposed to, like, jacking the rent up and then having someone be there for 6 months to a year and then them leaving and having those gaps of not having the place full, like, I don't know. I just think people need to start working together so everybody comes off. Like, not everybody wants to own a home. Some people are all right renting. Um, so let's work it out so everybody comes off. Like, I sometimes don't get it.
Not hating on anything she's doing here. And this video here says, I may live in an extended stay hotel with 2 kids, but the $720 I pay weekly is paid. And our space is clean. And actually, this did look pretty clean. She had a microwave, she has a refrigerator. Looks like she had a little setup there for the children. And another thing I want to point out is that a lot of these people are getting house cleaning. So she did have somebody in there sweeping the bathroom. However, room service or house cleaning likely is coming by picking up trash, making the bed, things of that sort. And another thing that I've noticed is they have personalized a lot of these hotel spaces. When they're coming in with the intent of living there long term, I noticed some people even decorating the hotels that they're living in, taking down pictures off the wall, really making it their own. Now, somebody here is saying that $720 a week is a lot. And honestly, that is kind of high. Compared to the last woman we just seen, it makes you wonder, is this person perhaps not able to obtain housing due to their credit score or some other factors? Because if you pay $720 weekly, you're paying $2,880. That's a lot of money, y'all. Now, I know rent is high, but dang it, I don't know about that high. That's some people's mortgage on their home that they actually own. So I have to agree with this comment. And obviously, I'm not the only one. Somebody else here is saying, baby, get an apartment at this point, low income, because $700 a week is wild. Another one saying, $3,000 a month, and you're wasting it on extended stay. That's wild. Somebody here said, living in a Motel 6 for 2 years saved me and my 2 kids. It was a home. I'm so glad you're safe and warm. A home is a home. I don't care where it is. And I've even stayed in a motel before. It had roaches and everything. Like, I know sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. The way I see it, it's not about where you're at. It's about where you're going. And here's another video of a woman showing herself from her POV of living in a hotel for almost a year. She even has like a shoe rack here on the door. That didn't come with the room, I assume. Only thing is there's not much space for you to really move around and do much, in hers specifically. And she's even changing the bedding in her room. So I guess she doesn't have room service doing it for her. It's totally okay. That's up to her. She replaced it. She's cleaning up, reorganizing stuff. And I'm really glad to see the comments are encouraging. Somebody here says, as long as you got somewhere to lay your head, that's all that matters until things get better. And I totally agree. And if anybody don't, if you want to fight, you can join the military. That's what I did. That was the only way out of this situation. And I really just want to read the encouraging ones right now. Somebody said, listen, been here, and baby, it's going to get better. God don't put more on you than you can bear. You got that. You know, videos like this really hit home for me because I remember what this felt like. And I really empathize with people going through situations like this, especially when you've experienced things like
I don't see it as like a bad thing though. Like I couldn't do this because I have 3 kids. And my kids would cuss me out if I had us staying. Like, mommy, what's going on? Like, if I had us staying in a hotel and we were all in one little space, they would be like, what is going on? Like, are you a crackhead? What's going on? Like, that's what my kids would be like. But if you're single, no kids, why tie yourself into a lease if you're not really gonna make money off of it? Like, I could see a young person getting their shit together and buying a house and making money off of it. But like, why tie yourself down if you don't really have to? And then if you're about to make, you don't know what move you're about to make. Like, you could be here and want to bounce and leave the state or do what she like this young lady says she joined the military. Like, why? If you don't know what your next move is and you make enough to cover it and keep a roof over your head and you're not out here wilding out. Like, I know some kids might party and get themselves thrown out. Like, if you're in there and you're being respectful, yeah. The only thing I'm saying is don't be in there and then now you done turn the hotel into the projects and now there's roaches and all this other stuff and you try and when you going to folks go on a vacation, it ain't even a vacation no more because now it feel like I'm in the projects. Like, just don't turn it into that. Keep it good, keep it nice. Okay, keep it nice.
this for yourself.
No, we do not have to switch rooms. There's a couple here that's been in the same room over 2 years, and we've stayed in the room here before over 10 months. Yes, you can have a pet here. And a friend of mine let me know that it's $25 extra a week to have a pet. She has a pet. However, if it's a service animal, you do not have to pay. Or at least they don't here. I'm speaking for this one here. Yes, people stay here with kids. They actually have a school bus that picks up and drops off in front of the hotel.
Now that's news to me. me. In my head, my brain is registering, hey, they're picking up in residential areas. I'm like, they pick up at the hotel too? Wow. Okay.
Do I admire that situation? No, but hey, it does work. And there is rooms with 2 beds. And one lady has 5 children. She has a 2-bed, plus she has an air mattress. It may
Well, 5 kids, I would go insane if all of us was in one room. I would be bugging. Like, I would snap. That'd be too much for me. But I really don't get why people are making it seem like it's a bad thing. Like, if it's a nice room, why is it a bad thing? Let me let the I will probably I'm listen, I'm 42. At this point, I am 42, single. Okay, the credit is not crediting. I probably will not own a home. When these kids is grown, I will be hotel hopping. Why the fuck not? I might not do like the extended stays. I might get me some points and go from the to the casino and all of that stuff. I wonder how much all of that is. I'm gonna let this play and we gonna see.
be sad, but hey, she's doing it. And her kids are very loved, very spoiled, very well dressed, very well taken care of. Yes, I reserved the room for 6 months. No, I didn't have to pay it all at one time. I have to go down each week and make my payment. I do have the room reserved till May of 2026. No, it's not for everyone, but for ones that it is for, hey, it works for us and we're happy, we're thankful, and we're able to save money this way, trying to get a piece of land and
6 months at a time? I, I, I'm I'm not seeing nothing wrong with this. And she's able to put money away so she could buy land?
still gonna make our little tiny house dream come true.
Wow. Yeah. And I hope she is able to do all of the things that she's planning to do while staying in this extended living hotel room. Somebody here says, I work at an extended stay. A lot of people choose to stay because they can't meet the qualifications to rent. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Now, I don't know this woman's situation or anybody's in this video specifically, but that makes a lot of sense. Financially speaking, a lot of people make lackluster and damaging financial decisions. And when people look over those credit reports, you are not the top pick, whether you have the money or not. Many people have things like damages and things like that they've done to other places that they've lived in. Sometimes the background check will do it. You'll get disapproved just off of that. Criminal records, criminal history, all things that people really need to consider. For those people, that might be one of the reasons why they're in the extended living hotels. And I see a lot of people in the comments are really with this. It says, this is really smart. Everything is included. Hotel living will start being the norm. And if it does, I see prices going up. I don't make the rules, y'all. I just see the writing on the wall. Just think about hotels during peak season when a lot of people are traveling to a certain area. Do you ever notice that hotels tend to charge more than on a normal day? That's because of the influx of customers ready to throw money at them. And because of that, they must up the prices. And the ones that can afford to stay there still are able to stay, and everybody else has to go. You got to go find another hotel. But guess what? Around the area, all the other hotels are adjusting their prices too and increasing them. And they can afford all to increase them at the same time because, again, supply and demand. And then when the holidays are over, you notice that the hotel prices go back to normal. It's because they knew they were going to get paid anyway. They knew the people were going to flood in and they knew they could make some money. It's all about money. It's business, nothing personal. So if y'all make this too popular, it might be working right now, but those prices might go up. Just something to be cautious about before you pack up and move up out your house or your apartment or wherever you at.
This message is specifically for my people that are living in a hotel, a motel, Holiday Inn. If you have been going through your journey and living in that hotel for over 30 days, you need to take your ass up to that front desk and you need to ask them rather, to take the taxes off your room. After 30 days, you become exempt technically, but they are not going to take those taxes off unless you ask.
News to me.
Ooh.
And for all the people working
See, giving them tips, giving them tips.
In hotels, comment down below. Let me know. Is this true?
Because technically you live at the property now. You don't need to be, yeah, that's a different story. You didn't hear that from me though. You know what I'm saying? If it has been well over 30 days, 9 times out of 10, you have a credit on your reservation. But it's going to take somebody with common sense to sit down any day after the 30 days that they taking your taxes off. And the credit literally should pop up by itself. So you might got some free days, might be a threefold, might be a week, depending on how long you've been there. But I know I just helped somebody you up.
Hey, if people are already looking into doing it anyway, why not? Why not ask? Like, what does it hurt to ask? It's just a question. The worst they're going to tell you is no. Somebody here says, we stayed in one for 4 months, ended up getting a refund of $2K when we left. Why was the refund $2K? And people are in the comments saying, this is why some places don't let you stay over 28 days. Another one saying they don't allow that in Vegas either. They have a limit of 28 days. Now, I don't know about Vegas, so you need to do your own research. And someone here is saying most hotels make you leave before the 30 days. And this commenter, who is also the creator, says, I could definitely see why, especially if it makes property value go down. As far as customer satisfaction or traveling guests that have no intentions on living there. People get comfortable and rooms get filthy. Now, that's a great point. I done seen some people live somewhere for about a year or two, absolutely trash a property. So I don't even want to know what that might look like in a hotel room, which is smaller and more compact.
So I said I'm living in a hotel for 2 months and everybody lost it. But thank God some of you guys understood what I was saying. My decision to choose a hotel instead of an Airbnb was because I'm not willing to pay a ridiculous amount of money. I would rather save that money and take my kids out and have fun while we're here. Everybody was concerned about the traffic situation. I've heard of it. But this hotel where I'm staying, it's an extended stay. Yes, they have a bad rap for that. But everybody that I've seen coming in here are families. This is why I feel safe. You have a
She has a gym. Interesting.
laundry, you have a gym. There's a pool at the end. I'll show it on the next video. This is the lobby. You need a card to get in. It might not be like this in other extended stays, but I love this one. It's in a corporate area. It's safe. It's clean. You don't see anybody just hanging around. And I gotta tell you, if I had to choose, if it was just me and my husband and we didn't have kids, I would be living in a hotel right now. We are here for work. That's why I said I'm staying here for 2 months.
Yeah, and that happens for a lot of people. They end up staying extended stay because of work. But did y'all hear all those amenities she said she had?
But
The only thing I think landlords will probably be upset about or cautious about is them people that come in and then don't leave. Like I know like I've seen people like take over somebody's Airbnb online. Like somebody went to stay at an Airbnb mansion and then wouldn't leave and then they had to pay the person to leave and then the person wanted like $1 million or some crazy nonsense. Like there's some a evil person is gonna fuck it up for everybody.
with the prices that I see down here in South Florida, if I had to choose, I would be living in a hotel. No utilities, no first class security, no credit check, easier to get in. And they provide breakfast. Some of the comments said, oh, you could stay in an Airbnb. We did stay in an Airbnb. The Airbnb was $800 a week. And next door was somebody with some type of security guy staying outside all night long. I did not feel safe. This is why we decided to go into a hotel. Yes, it's a smaller place, but it's clean. Look at the inside. We have enough space for the cabinets for all my kitchen stuff. I have a full-size stove and fridge. What else could I want? This hotel here is fairly new. Actually, the room we just got was just remodeled, they said. We were the first people to stay in it.
And then imagine like you get to stay at one of the VRBOs like Verbo or something like that, or one of the condos at the beach or something. I would do that too. But they charge per night, not necessarily per week. I wonder how much that would be. That's crazy. I'm gonna let this play.
I'm not saying that every extended stay is going to be the same. So what I would say is do your research. If you don't like that, it's okay. You don't have to like it, but that doesn't mean it's okay for me. But that doesn't mean that it's not okay for me and my family. We are fine. We are happy. We are satisfied. We are safe. And that's all that matters.
And you know what? She has a great point where she said, they don't have to like it. Yeah, The thing is, this is real life. This might be a little too real for some of y'all. There are people sleeping in their cars. There are people living in hotels. I know many people only see the glamorous sides of life on social media, but in real life gets tough. There are people sleeping on the couches of their friends, families, homeless. And I say this humbly. This is just something we have to remember when we see some of these sort of videos online. And people can grow and be in a better financial situation. For her, she's specifically here for work. So this is temporary for her. However, even for those who this is more permanent until they can find some sort of other option, or maybe this is just how they want to live, that's their life. That's their choice. She even said if she didn't have children, she would probably live in something like this. So I want to know, for all the people without children, would you live in a hotel, an extended stay hotel, if you didn't have children? Or would you even do it with children? This comment here says, I have a studio for rent. $1,300. The basics are included in South Florida also. Great for a nurse or a single person. No criminal records. No pets. Also in a safe area. And I want to know, off of that comment, do y'all think that's a good deal? And if you were on a work trip, would you rather be in an extended stay hotel or an Airbnb?
One of the things that TikTok is exposing is how many people actually live in extended stay hotels and live in hotels in general. Because I've been covering different things about homelessness for years, and more on this app, you're seeing people who live in hotels full time. Like that's it. Like between people living in their cars, like RV van life was really touted on this app as like a viable solution for a lot of people. And then to see the people who tried that and showing how much it actually sucks for a lot of people was important. But now to see the people talking about how they live in extended stay hotels and they have no idea how they would get into apartments. That's another important conversation to have, because when you think of people that are homeless, if they didn't have if something happened with that extended stay hotel, they would literally be out on the street. And some hotels, because they're worried about people having residency right, they will make you get out at a certain point.
And that's a great point. And I think why we keep having the conversation of the 28-day period being the maximum for a lot of the hotels, and also a good point that TikTok is exposing a lot of different things that many people don't even know is going on. But
I would imagine you would, if you know that they're gonna put you out after like checkout date must be within 90 days of check-in date. I'm saying I'm just looking at a month. Like 1 month. Why is it I don't understand. They already on it, y'all. I can't even look this up on here no more. Let's do they on it, y'all. Can't even look it up no more. Let's see. Let's see. This is what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Extended stay. Yeah, so let's go March 1st to the 31st. 1 month. Done. Okay, let's see. Man, that's 3,000. See, this is per night. It's $90. It's $2,000 for. And this is on VRBO. This is a whole house. $3,000 for a night. That's insane. All right. So let's see. Filters. Monthly stay. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it's still. All right, let's try Expedia. Expedia was playing games with my soul. So, Hartford. Hartford. Let's put in some dates. June 1st to the 30th. I don't know why it wouldn't on the other screen. It wouldn't do it. All right. Cozy 1 bedroom. Okay, thanks. They will fully furnished private studio, free gym, free utilities, free parking, and Wi-Fi. Entire apartment. $68 a night, 2,000 for the month. Okay. So this is downtown Hartford. Hartford. Cozy 1 bedroom apartment, loft style. Okay. Amenities. Okay. 1 bedroom apartment. I think I've been in this building before. Yeah, yeah, I've been in this building before. Um, I do when I go to do massages, people will have you come out to their house, and somebody had me come here, and I remember this community room, you come up on your floor, and there was this whole community room, and then yeah, that was they had the little kitchenette, your bedroom, there was a bathroom right here, and then over here was the little living room, and that's where I set the table up and stuff. Yeah. But a lot of the buildings in downtown Hartford look like this. Like they look like little co-ops, and people just they were pretty nice, but if you just want a 1 bedroom, yeah, like this, it had the common area. Yeah. What else? What else? I guess they'll let you do a little 1 month stay. Cozy 2 bedroom. This is in West Hartford. This is pretty nice. But I think these are actual look, this is yeah, it's a little kitchen. But I think these are Airbnb kind of things. It's not giving I don't know where it is. Walmart Supercenter. Uh it's close to West Hartford. This is 14-minute walk. Yeah, this is close to I don't know the neighborhood, but I know that neighborhood. That's not quite West Hartford. It's the southwest edge of Hartford. You're still kinda in Hartford. Um, but yeah, even when you look on Trulia, when you check here, oh yeah, I don't know where I'll be looking. So rent, I want to move to Florida. I low key want to move to Florida. So I think you can put, is it here or Zillow? They were putting in roommates. Look at all you need to, And then you got neighbors and shit. Like, I don't know. You have to deal with neighbors in the hotel too. But yeah, like say even if you wanted this Madison at Largo, a 2 bedroom, and remember I need 3, 1,700 a month. And they not putting none of the info up here. Who wants to live in? It's huge. They only got 2 bedrooms. But yeah, this this rent is ridiculous. Rent is ridiculous. Um, hotels. Ooh, farmhouse stay. Ooh, I said hotel. Go back. You're doing too much. Stylish 3,000 square foot private floor. No, no, I said hotels. These are not hotels. I don't know. VR Expedia playing games. So maybe just go to extended extended stays. Just go there. There's 5 in Connecticut. Let's go March 1st through the 31st. 2 adults. Or 1 adult, 3 children. Search. We'll go to Hartford. Let's see. There's extended stays all over here. I don't know why it's acting like this is Hartford, Manchester. Ugh, be 2,000 for a month. 2,000 for a month. They still doing 88 bucks well, they took it down to 81 bucks a night. And this has non-smoking kitchen with a full refrigerator, on-site laundry, free breakfast, pet friendly, and a picnic area. This is in Meriden. We've had so one of the places I work with guys with disabilities, and some of them like family went on vacation, so the guys got to go on a little vacation too, and they got to do like respite, and they stayed. I don't know if it was w- at one of the extended stays there. They stayed there. There's a bunch of like red roof inns and shit like that in town that they get to stay at. It kind of sucked being staff for somebody that's in that situation because you were kind of stuck in that room. Yeah, it was not fun. And then that not it wasn't an extended stay. That it was not a it was not a nice room. It kinda sucked. But yeah, um check out her video. Let's get rid of that. Who was this? Social Simone. I'm going to subscribe because my screen froze. Oh, it's back. It's back. It's back. So we'll subscribe. Um, we will like because this was pretty interesting. Um, I know she's saying the cruises. I know that like some older people instead of checking into a like a nursing home or elderly like assisted living facilities, they'll just go on cruises all the time because when you go on a cruise, you have to pay for your room and board or whatever, and they get medical. You get medical when you pay for your cruise, so they're covered with their medical. Like that's cheaper than staying at a assisted living facility. Like just saying fucking and going on a cruise. But and they'll like they'll go out for a cruise, come back, get off that boat, get on another boat, go on another cruise. Like that's literally how they live. Um, but yeah, what else somebody said? Definitely better than being on the street. Somebody said living in a hotel is better than being on the street. Yeah, that's what I had to do. I pay 14.60 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. My 16-year-old has the bedroom, and I split the living room with tapestries for privacy. This little wall behind me is how I split my living room up. A few years ago, I was paying 8.50 a month for a two-bedroom. How yeah, literally. Like my landlord was like I've had the same landlord for a minute now, and when the other building that he had, I guess on the other people, he was increasing the rent, but he wasn't really doing it to me. And then when he sold the building and I had to hit like reality hit like yo, people I was like, why was I ever late paying the eight like it was 750. He finally did but before he sold it, he went up to like 850. And then I was like, okay, okay. I have been there so long. But then when reality hit and I had to go look for another apartment, I was like, yo, what I was gonna do? Like I was paying 800 a month. And in the end, it was like 750. It was 700 really. And then I was giving him like an extra 50 because I couldn't come up with a security deposit. And he was just trying to get somebody in here. So he said, fine. I gave him half of the security, well, more than half of the security deposit. They wanted like $3,000 for a security deposit. So I think I gave him 1,500, maybe 1,800. And then he said, I'm gonna add an extra 50 on the rent until you pay off the security deposit, which is what he did for this apartment too. I was like, 3,000? That's crazy. And I ain't gonna never see that money again. I already know they're gonna find a way. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know what y'all did, America, during COVID. Some of y'all during COVID was acting a fool. Cause this comment said, where is it at? Yeah, was paying 850 for a two-bedroom. Rent prices are ridiculous since COVID. Let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all thought y'all really didn't have to pay the rent. Some of y'all were like, fuck that, I'm not paying the rent. The same way you had to come up with the rent, these landlords had to come up with the mortgage. Okay? And some of y'all was just like, there's a moratorium on everything. I'm not paying it. Nope. I was never more on time with rent than I was during COVID. Like he got yeah, yeah, the rent was like 750 and he would get the whole thing cuz we was getting all that money. I was like, I am not playing with this landlord. I gave him on time. On the first. I ain't even had to wait to the 10th no more. On the first, he got rent. There were a couple times I was like a month ahead. It's never happening again. It was craziness. I was like, "What is going on?" I don't think anybody in that I think I was the only one in the building paying rent. So, yeah. I don't know that for sure, but it felt like it, and I was on time. That to the 750 being half? Craziness. Most of the time, depending on how long you've been staying in the hotel, they will give you a set rate instead of charging you the daily rate. Yeah, I imagine that because some of that, we just looked at it. Some of that, even $80 a day is crazy talk. But yeah, she got another one. Yeah, squat. She's got this squatting and an Airbnb. Let's check. Let me just grab copy. Let me grab the info for this because people really do be out here bugging, like crazy bugging. Because rent be, and then like even then, so the landlord has sold the building, and then the new guy took in first. The landlord that took over was like, yeah, we gonna be like family. That should have been my first clue. He was like, yeah, we gonna be like family and Imma do all of this stuff to the place and yada yada yada, boohooey kabooey, and nothing's gonna change. I promise, nothing's gonna change. So granted, I was paying 800 a month. I had the third floor apartment, washer and dryer in the basement, and a patio outside. He had a little patio outside and a garage, so I could pull into a garage. Like we was happy. Okay. He moved in. The new landlord lord moved in with him and his wife. They were Indian couple. Young couple too. Definitely younger than me. They were a cute little couple. The dude, he kind of looked like the guy from Karate Kid. That's what he looked like. So he goes, "Yeah, you're gonna we'll be like family, like whatever, like it'll be nice." I got all these plans for the place, and he did all the renovations himself, him and his family. So, first thing first, I had just got the patio set. Like I had my little rug out there, it was cheap, my little seats. I had an umbrella. I had my patio light set up. I had my little corner because it was a huge deck. And I had my little corner. Other people that used to live there had their little corner. It was dope. I would go out, I would come home, have me a little glass of wine. You'd have to spray the shit out of it because the mosquitoes was crazy in that backyard. But spray it, have my candles going, and then be out there with my glass of wine and my little fire pit. Like my shit was dope. And I had just got a new grill. We was set. So him and his family move in. All right. They just got the key. They're on the first floor. I come home. They chilling on my shit. okay? Chilling, chilling. Bitch got her feet out, shoes off, feet on the chair, chilling on it. I pull in, I don't say nothing. I'm just like, all right, they really don't got nowhere to sit inside because they just got here. So I really don't say nothing to them. So then I come in, my cousin lives on the second floor. And then I come in, I'm like, oh, you see this shit? They all over my shit like that. And then I don't say anything to them. I say nothing. But my cousin's a little paranoid. She said they heard me. I don't think they heard me because they were all outside, like whatever. So then the next he moves in and then like a couple days later, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get all your stuff off the patio." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Where am I supposed to put There's nowhere to put it." Like he's just like, "You got to get rid of the stuff." My wife wants the patio for herself. Now, granted, they have all of this other shit that they planned on doing. Like they're not using it really. So then I go, all right, whatever. And I need the garage. I got 5 cars. I got to put my cars in a garage. He's taking everything away, but still wants us to pay the same amount for rent. So then I'm like, fuck it, fine. My grill I used that grill the summer before, like twice. It's practically a brand new grill. I go, fuck it. I put it in the front yard, put free on it. I know his ass took it, right? Because every time I would put something out, I would see him go check it out and then grab it and go put it up. So I know he took my grill. I had to put bunk beds out there. Like I was just putting shit out there because now I gotta get rid of I had to get rid of I took my lights down. Like I had mass solar lights. Still got them. Nowhere to put them really in this apartment. Had to take my solar lights down. Like all of my stuff down. So then he's like, yeah, yeah. At first he took the patio, then he took the garage, and then he started being like, we had our little dog. He's like, I don't want the dog on the property at all. I was like, you moved in here seeing that we all had dogs. Little cousin on the second floor had a dog. I had my little dog. He goes, I'm terrified of dogs, and our dogs don't even. They're playful. They don't even bite. He's like, I'm terrified of dogs. You guys got to get rid of dogs. I don't want the dogs going to the bathroom on the property, which I understand. Like, he would see, like, poop, take a picture of it, and send us a picture. And I'm like, "Yo, stop sending me pictures of poop." And then, like, it got so and then, mind you, he expects us to still pay regular rent, and all day, we have to listen to him rip walls out, hammering, banging, like, all types of shit. Like, no consideration for the people that live there. Like, I had to have surgery and was recovering, and all day we had to listen to him ripping walls out the building. It was terrible. So then after I go to leave, right? I'm taking the dog for a walk. I go to come downstairs. You hear him banging away, banging, 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 banging away. And then he hears me come down the back door. He stops banging. I'm holding the dog because he doesn't want the dog on his property. So I'm holding the dog. He stops everything that he's doing, runs to the front door to make it look like he was just leaving, and then comes around to see that I don't have the dog walking on his property. And then as I go and I come back, he's like, "Yeah, it sucks that I have to do this. Like, I have to make sure and police them." And I'm like, "You don't fucking gotta police me." Like, and then after that, I was like, "That's it, I'm out." I actually stopped giving him rent to be like, I'm good. I'm leaving, and found my next apartment that I had before this one. And then what pissed me off the most, not pissed me off, but then when I finally found like another apartment, old landlord that owned the building calls and he's like, "Oh, I got an apartment for rent. You want it?" And I was like, "Oh, if you'd have called me like 2 fucking months ago, I would have took it because I had just moved into my last apartment. But yeah, rent is ridiculous. And then when I went and told the new landlord, like, "Yo, I gotta leave," he was just like, "Yeah, I just got the taxes for the property." Like, he hadn't even been in the house like a year yet. At this point, it's like 2, 3 months. Yeah, like 2 going on 3 months. And he's like, "Yeah, I just got the property taxes." And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably," I was like, "Yeah, you're literally taking things away from us, and you're probably about to go up on the rent on us anyway, so, and I'm not gonna pay more and have access to less." So, there was that, and then we're moving, so I had when I had my surgery, I had bought, like, a little portable washer for upstairs so I can do my laundry, but I had my normal size washer and dryer down in the basement. I got sick of going down in the basement. So I would do my laundry in my little portable washer, and then the kids would do their laundry in the basement. When we went to leave, I was like, "Oh, last thing we gotta grab is my washer and dryer." So the movers went to grab the washer and dryer, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, y'all can't take this." And I'm like, "Fuck you mean? It's mine." And he's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Fuck out of here. This is like I paid for it. This is mine." And he's like, "No, this belongs to the girl on the second floor." And I'm like, "Yo, this shit is mine. Like I paid for this. I let her use it because that's my little cousin. I let her wash her clothes here. But this washer and dryer belongs to me. I told you guys this when y'all first moved here." Like we had a whole conversation. And he had this like I remember we had when the first time I was like he was down there and he was like, "Yeah, I think the washer and dryer belongs to the girl on the second floor." I said, "No, no, no, no. That's mine. I let her use it, but this is the washer and dryer is mine." And they had this like disgusted like look on their face. And then I was like mad surprised. I was like, oh, he was like, "How do I know you're not stealing her washer and dryer?" I was like, "Yo, you can go upstairs and ask her if it's hers. And why would I fucking steal a washer and dryer from my cousin? I don't know what kind of person you are." And I was like, "Oh," I was so mad. But yeah, landlords be bugging. He didn't want us there and he wanted me to leave without saying he wanted me to leave. But yeah, I was mad I had to give up that 800 a month though. But yeah, that's the only thing that makes me skeptical about um doing the whole living in a hotel cuz at any point within that 28 days they can tell you to leave. Like I don't think you have renters rights the same way. But that's all it's really going to take is for someone to stay there, be acting up, need to leave and then not leave, and then you won't be able to do that extended stay no more. They'll probably cut shit down to, like, 2 weeks, or it's gonna end up being, like, too expensive to stay there for an extended amount of time. Mm. But, yeah, check out, Social Simone's page. She's got 250,000 followers. I wanna be like her when I grow up. Um, yeah, that's that. You can check out the rest of this. It's a little bit more to go. Um, but yeah, let me know what y'all think about people staying in these hotels, these extended stays. I think if you could find a decent one, it's not that bad an idea. If I didn't have kids, I'd do it. I would go crazy because there's a certain level of tidy that you have to stay in like a tiny space. Like my boss used to live in a tiny home and she had everything organized like to the T. I am not that organized. I can't do it. I wish I could. I wish I was that kind of organized. I'm not. Even my room now. somehow I just end up with mad stuff. I want to throw everything away. Like I wish I can throw everything away, but I will one day be able to um not deal. All right. So that's not what I wanted. Oh man, what did I do with my what did I do with I lost it, folks. I lost my outro. I don't have the outro ready to go. Is that it? All right. So, you folks take care, be easy. Okay? Don't be out here messing around and doing stuff you ain't supposed to. Okay? If you're out here, I don't think it's a bad idea to do this extended stay thing. I think if you are good with your money, can plan ahead, I think you always have to be ready to plan like your life 3 months at a time or really 28 days at a time, like a month at a time. Um, and you have a plan going into it. I don't see anything wrong with staying at the hotels. Like it might make sense if you can manage it. I probably wouldn't accumulate as many things if I was living like that. Like I'd probably just have like my clothes, hair stuff. I'd probably live out of like a decent suitcase, like a decent book bag. I would not own a lot of things. Like these folks with TVs and storage units and all of these things, I don't think I would have just in case like I had to move quickly. I just want to and go. That's the only thing I see wrong is that they're accumulating stuff like it's an apartment. I don't think I would do that. I think I would just stay with my one little maybe a backpack, a suitcase, and a purse. Like I would live like I'm about to hop on a plane every day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any tips to help me get through all of this YouTube stuff a little bit better, let me know. I think I was looking at the wrong camera. I don't. You have to. I don't know how you guys pay attention to the things. Like, because I have the middle camera, I have the phone camera, I have you, which is weird to look at that because I don't know what I look like here. And but I gotta look here. I gotta put that there. Find a way to get that there. That'd be dope, I think. Right? Right. I don't know. But yeah, so let me get landscape. Let me get that going. We are done with this. Leave me some tips. Let me get a subscriber. I think I have like 25 subscribers. That's crazy. Like 25 people subscribe to my page. So that makes me feel like I have to do this more so I can keep the 25 people happy. And if the 25 people that subscribed saw this, if they can just leave like a like and a comment to let me know how I'm doing, because you're kind of obscure and I don't know if you really exist. I want to make sure you're not bots and stuff. Just leave like a quick like something to let me know. I'll leave a description to this, the link in the description for the video, and we'll see. Okay, we'll see. I'll try to do another reaction too. I'm whispering, so don't nobody hear me. But yeah, thank you, and you know what I'm saying. We'll see y'all when we see you guys. right? All right. And then let me know what you think of my little intro video too. If it's good, if it's not good, if I need to add more. I think I'm gonna do it and have more pop-ups of me because I'm low key loving looking at myself now. Right. Yeah. All right. Let me know what you guys think of all of this. Deuces. I will see y'all later. Bye.